Upon further review, the ruling on the field stands. This is the greatest sports podcast, First and Goat.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of First and Go. We got 2-3 weeks of fucking sports to cram into 45 minutes, so let's get this started. Let's keep it with more relevant, more current news, NFL. Let's start with the picks. Where we at? We're standing right now. I think we had better weeks than others, but fill it in. Fill the fans in.
The competition is over. Sell one. There's no catching you anymore.
Oh,
No way! I made 70. What's the 70? Oh, that's the
get
target.
out of
Yeah.
here.
That was your target. I mean, I don't think one game's gonna make that much of a difference whether you get the Super Bowl right or wrong. But I mean, you had a decent playoff.
Divisional round was decent.
Yeah, division round. You got them all. I kind of fucked them, both of them wrong. I don't know. There's nothing really to cover. I don't know who's playing home and away. I think they got the Chiefs. I don't
True.
it's home.
Hmm.
I don't know if it matters, right? It's in Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's maybe 49ers. I think the team with the most wins, and I think it's going to be 49ers.
The way when I was setting it up on ESPN, the team at the bottom of the schedule was always the home. They have the Chiefs.
Oh shit, huh?
You're right. The 49ers have a better record. I don't know how that goes. It doesn't.
But I said, I don't think it doesn't fucking matter, right? You're playing Las Vegas. I would assume San Francisco's closer, more fans would travel there. But KC has some faithful, so I could see them making the trip over there. And why not? You're in fucking Vegas.
Yeah, I
But
think they're going for like $6,000-$7,000 all the way at the top. I heard.
Shit, 10. But what's your takeaway? I know that we didn't meet up for the divisional round, right?
No,
So what happened then? I'm sorry, I'm trying to recap. I should have done a better job, but that was
yeah, Chiefs beat the Ravens 17-10, and then Niners beat the Lions.
no. But I'm saying the division the before that one.
Oh,
So I think the biggest surprise was that 49ers, right? The 49ers Packers. Well, at least for me, because I got fucking 100% right. I mean, for you guys, you were surprised. Is that the game you guys got wrong?
no,
Or
49ers Packers. I think it was we both picked the Bills.
Oh, the Bills. You
Yeah.
did the Bills. See, so what? Are you gonna pick against Mahomes this week again too? Come on.
I mean, they've been up and down all season. Like,
Nah. Like I said, I don't know if we probably didn't get a chance to cover that because we've been MIA for a couple of weeks, but I think Bills had a good amount of injuries, especially on the defense side of the ball. And I don't know, that's the only reason I went with the Bills. I mean, it was pretty close anyways, too. That was they still kept it close, but if they didn't have that amount of injuries or those key injuries, I think I would have picked the Bills, but I think that was enough for fucking Mahomes to dissect them. I didn't think that was the case with Baltimore. If you want to just dive into the conference finals, since we're kind of short on time, I think I think they still did a good job, especially in the second half. Right, they held Mahomes and KC to 0 points in the second half. It was just knucklehead, boneheaded plays. Zay Flowers might, that was big, right? The taunting, like, who in the right mind nowadays think it's a good idea to get up, stand over any fucking player, start barking at them, push them down, press them down, and not get a fucking flag thrown on them. Like what? Like it's just absurd to me. Like fucking, I know you could do shit like that nowadays, but not at the player directly. You see Kelsey getting fucking 4 or 5 yards and for a first down, and he starts yelling and screaming, and he gets away with it. Just don't fucking do it to the fucking player. Save it for after the game, or TV timeout. Go over and fucking talk some shit. But fuck, bro, fucking. And I get it, you're a rookie, but at the same time, like, I'm sure they do this shit, same shit in college and in high school. Like, just don't fucking do it. And then you fucking fumble to the guy, You fucking, before fucking Zay, you fucked up. I'm not pinning it against him. Because fucking Clowney's a fucking veteran too. At what point, like I said again, first, you've been in the league long enough to fucking not target the quarterback's fucking, helmet to helmet and get that rough in the passer fucking call on him. Like, why the fuck would you doing? I guess I'm kind of worked up because one, I picked Baltimore, and two, I kind of wanted them to win. That was kind of, I was rooting for Lamar, but yeah, the fucking same thing with Clowney, fucking, you know, roughing the passer, fucking targeting helmet to helmet. Like, what the fuck? Like, you've been in the league long enough. Like, why at any time like did you think that was right? Fucking the ball was well thrown. It was out of his head, and you still do that bullshit. So, but whatever. At the end of the day, KC won, right? So, what are you gonna fucking do? History's not gonna go back and fucking review penalties and bad calls and shit like that. They're gonna look who scored, who won, who's the score, and fucking is what it is. But I don't know what you get, Teams. What do you think?
Yeah, similar to you, I think the Chiefs defense has been good all season. That's the one thing that's been steady for them. Seems like their receivers have been better now in the playoffs. Not as many drop off. I would say, for Flowers, obviously he fucked up with the taunting and then with the fumble, but he also kind of helped them keep them in the game. He had over 100 yards receiving. He had the only touchdown reception. I mean, I guess you gotta see it both ways, right? He fucked up in those two plays, but if it wasn't for him, they also wouldn't have been in those situations. But none of the other wide receivers, tight ends did anything, right? They got Mark Andrews back. He had 2 catches for 15 yards. Beckham, 3 catches for 22 yards. So I know what you're saying, but Flowers kind of helped them stay in the game, but he also fucked up with those two.
Yeah.
What's your take?
Yeah, so Don kind of took a little bit of like the way I was seeing it. That game was tough. I didn't get to watch it from beginning to end like I wanted to. These games leading up to Super Bowl, I always feel are the most
Don't say that out loud. Come
entertaining.
on.
Oh no, I watched. I wasn't able to watch it from like the snap to the end. I was like, I
Mr.
was.
Hardcore schedule.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Hardcore
True,
schedule, baby.
true to the name. So, but the funny thing is, I got to see like a lot of the pivotal plays of the game. Um, I was over like at a family party and they had the game on, so I would go stretches of being able to watch it. Um, so I saw that, and man, my memory is a little messed up, but I saw that play where he did the taunting, right? And they got penalized. But I I I think in that same play was the one that he was also going to score into the touchdown. What I'm trying to say is that I know that you don't want to get that penalty, but unless I'm wrong, I don't think it affected them. Um, like it didn't cost them a score because I think in that same after that taunting
In the
is
same
when he fumbled.
in the
The
same
same drive is what. Thank you. What I'm trying to say. But anyway, you're right. Like at the end of the day, they're behind. But I was seeing it more like a Don. He was the only one that was doing anything for them because I was getting frustrated. I was cheering for Baltimore, and they couldn't get anything. Lamar couldn't get anything done. The other wide receivers, the running game was being stopped. Now, the only thing I wanted to finish up with was what did you guys think? Because the way I saw it, I didn't pin it on Flowers. Again, I didn't have the volume on and I wasn't watching it with a big crowd. Um, I just thought that was an amazing defensive play by the Kansas City player on the fumble. Like I thought he was in to score. Like I was already like touchdown because he was in there. He was extending that he was the only one doing stuff. And I even like turned around and like, was like, hell yeah, here we go. Like back in the game. And I look back and I'm like, what happened? And when I saw the replay, I'm like, that there's always a play in a game that, kind of saves the season or saves the game or whatever. And I just thought that guy, like, man, he timed it and he just hit it perfectly. I don't know. So I didn't put it on the wide receiver. I put it more that guy made a fucking game saving play. But you guys were watching it, I know Sal, you were watching it kind of like from beginning to end. Was that not kind of how
I mean,
You remember it?
I mean, I see that. Yeah, he taunted, and then he fucking, he put him in his position to almost score. But I say, I think we're all three are big believers of momentum, right? So I think
Yeah.
part of the fucking you make a big play, and then you fucking not only fucking
Mm,
take it away and use
yeah.
yardage, like that builds that gives Casey that confidence. I think like I said, there's nothing to measure it or prove it. And the same thing, you go in there and fucking go with Sneed, the same guy he taunted, the same guy that punched it out. I say I'm not picking on him. I just that's the one that just sticks to my play. Like I think he just sticks to me, and the Clowney one because it's just so stupid in the way that like why would you think it's okay to fucking stand over somebody
Sure.
nowadays? Cameras, everybody, and not anything you can get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Clowney the same thing. He fucking Mahomes let it go. He still takes a couple steps. Fucking leads with his helmet. You're a fucking idiot. And the same thing like the rushing, like and it falls in the coaching too. Like fucking
Mm,
nobody talk. I don't think they talk about it, but he said they stopped the run. They didn't stop the run. Fucking Ravens stopped it, dude.
mm,
You lead the league in rushing, and you only
right.
fucking have 6 rush attempts. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
What happened? What the fuck was your problem?
Oh,
Why? What's your logic? What the fuck was your
yeah.
logic? 6.
I
You can say, oh well, he had 6 bad rush. 6 is shit. You tell us what, wear him down. If you lead the league in rushing, fucking hammer it down, fucking
yeah.
beat their lineup and shit. Fucking, that's your
Yeah.
bread and butter, and you fucking got away from that. So like, said I'm upset that they didn't win, but I don't feel bad for them. Like
Sure.
I feel bad for Lamar, but I don't feel bad
Yeah.
for them.
And I think you're right about the run that is on the coaching because I think very early on when I did get to see the beginning of it, they fell behind pretty quickly. I think 2 scores, right? And
They did, yeah.
I think yeah, I think maybe just that's all I think that jarred them and they kind of got away from their game plan and they wanted to, they started like panicking from the get-go, at least from the narrative that yeah, they did not follow the same game plan that got them there. So yeah, it was I was so annoyed. Like
Yeah.
I just
But
but yeah,
it is what it is. We're gonna see a Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl after a while. But then we had a later game, right? Was they had the Niners and Lions, and that was pretty entertaining.
yeah,
Um, Almost kind of mimicked the same thing that happened with the Packers, right? Falling behind.
yeah.
Um, Seems like the 49ers made the right adjustments and
Mhm.
gave them the business and prevailed. At least I'm gonna start with you. Like, what do you think? Did you catch that one? Casual fan?
Yeah,
Did you
so
happen to catch that one?
that's the hilarious part. I got to see the whole second half. So when I got home, I think Detroit's up 21-3 or something like that. I can't remember the score. So I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this, And I was kind of happy because I didn't want to see the 49ers in the Super Bowl. But I couldn't cheer for Detroit either. I know a lot of people were, but so I was very indifferent. I was down on Baltimore. But then, yeah, just like you said it perfectly. The 49ers made the right adjustments and it just started snowballing for Detroit. So I feel bad. I thought it was kind of funny seeing Detroit self implode because I mean, you're up by that much, you should be able to, walk away with a win in that game. And yeah, they 49ers made the right adjustments. Detroit um, shot themselves in the foot a couple times too. So it's just that was an entertaining game. But I can't imagine being a Detroit fan. I can't imagine being a Detroit fan and watching that game. I'd lose my mind. It was insane
I'd
because
be
not
half
only
a
did they
bit.
come back, tie it, take the lead, like yeah, that was a roller coaster.
And then you watched it too, right? You watched the whole thing, right? San Francisco, Bay Area, the bars, the women.
Yeah, I was watching it, but I had been drinking, so the details.
you,
The,
you only pay attention to the scores when everybody went, "Oh,
I had
hey!"
I had my day off, so I was enjoying my Sunday.
So yeah,
The only thing that I would say about that game, and yeah, it was entertaining. I thought the Lions were gonna win. I was already texting people, the what's the called conspiracy that the Super Bowl colors, meant who
yeah,
would be the Super Bowl. I was like, oh, that purple's starting to look pretty
yeah,
blue. But the thing I say about Detroit is I think maybe there were 2 times, at least one time, where they went on it on 4th down, and they could have
Oh,
hit the field goal, and they could have, at least be tied or whatever. But that's the way they played all season, and even last year. Remember where they knocked out the Packers from the making the playoffs, even though they weren't gonna make the playoffs, but they knocked out Aaron Rodgers, and they went at it on 4th down. They got the first down, fucking finished the game. If they had gotten the first down, everybody would just be praising this fucking coach, fucking brave, make the decision, trust his team. But then the next day, the Monday morning quarterback, we're like, oh, he should have taken the field goal, that you play for the tie
Yeah,
and the road and all
that's
that
right.
shit.
He should have.
But I don't agree with it, because you always judge him on the result. But if he had gotten the first down and gotten it for the touchdown and won the game, we would have been praising him for it. So I think it's ballsy to make the decision, because that's the way they play all season, and I respect it. It just didn't work out this time.
and
I'll talk about that,
if
Luis.
I could just chime in real quick on what you said, because I find that so interesting. So thank you. Yeah, that was the big thing. Now, this is all I would say. Remember, and I only saw it from the second half on, right? So the only reason that I disagree with
Casually.
you, right, that I disagree with you, Adon, is because I get it. Because I basically just finished saying that Baltimore went away from what got them there, right? And I feel like that impacted it. And now I'm saying the opposite with Detroit. But just hear me out. Just hear me out.
But that's what cash shows do.
So just hear me out though. But you have to also have a pulse of who the wheels had fallen off in Detroit. Is that when he goes on it in the past? I don't remember the games exactly, but I'm sure the situation is different. I'm sure they're fighting and grinding and going back and forth with the other team. And here's our balls, and I'm going to put them on the table, and that's what we do. This game had changed. Like you were in the lead, and now the fucking wheels fell off, the car's on fire. Like it was a shit show. Like you're not grinding and fighting. You are in desperate, like your season's on the line. You're gonna lose a game you should have won. Like you also have to like, is your team are they playing their usual self in the second half where that play, you know what I mean, is gonna be successful for you like it's been in the past. I don't know. That's where I was coming from. I'm like, you're in no position to get cute right now. Like you are in total like survival mode right now. So that's the way I was seeing it. I was yelling like, "What are you doing? Like you're lucky you're even in the game right now because you've completely fumbled the bag." So salvage it, get yourself, and then if you want to be ballsy with like very little time left and stuff, I get it. But there was a lot of time left. Like you had to chip away. I don't know. That's the way I was, um, from my perspective. Like that's why. So yeah, when I was one of those guys that like, man, he should have that fucked them over.
I thought
No,
they
I
should
think
go too, but I just can't blame them, because that's the way they were all season. And then
Mm.
they
sorry,
were on the season, but I just want to say something. Like
I think Baltimore also felt like they're were lost their wheels, or whatever you mentioned about the line.
Sure.
So I get what you're saying. They went away from their game plan because things have gone off the rail. I think the Ravens felt that way because the Chiefs scored like on their last 3 drives of
Yeah.
the first half. So I think they felt like maybe we're not gonna be able to stop them. We gotta start scoring to keep up with them, and I think that's why they left. I agree with you guys. Everything that you guys said, they should have kept with the run. Their yards per attempt were awesome, but I also feel that they're like, fuck, we're not gonna be able to stop the Chiefs. We gotta start trying to score to keep up with them.
I get what you're saying too. Like, oh well, that's why how the Detroit got there. Because that's cool. And I think that speaks more to the talent to the team themselves than the coaching staff. Because I still think they were boneheaded plays back then. I think they made it to where they're at, in spite of the coaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just, to me, just I like I said, call me. I mean, I still don't get it, man. Like this fucking analytics and the percentage. Like why the what? I don't get, like, it's take the fucking 3 points, and deal with it. Like you're scared. Like to me, you're telling me like we need to get this touchdown because 49ers are gonna come back and they're gonna fucking fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like if you don't believe that lead wasn't big enough for them, so you gotta fucking go big or go home. Like I don't know. It's just like I think that man, like I said again, to the whole momentum, building momentum and confidence. You go and you fucking end the job with that. You still fucking put 3 more points. You still put pressure on to score another. So, I mean, it's not a touchdown, but you
Yeah.
put more pressure on to score another. To score again another possession. So I don't know, and then this is coming from me who fucking just happened to lose a bet the following week. The same thing. Like no one can explain it. I don't know what the reason is. Just to brief it, I had a nice parlay going. The only thing it had a Bucks plus 7.5. They were down 14 points, and again, you scored a touchdown. What's the point of you? I lost. He went for two, and they failed. But again, like, what's the strategy behind that? I just don't get it. You're just gonna put more pressure on the team to come back, score another touchdown, and then it's a must where you could just fucking chip chop, fucking some extra points. I don't see it. Man, I think it's conspiracy. Maybe there's a script now. Maybe they're listening. They're tapping into my phone and they don't want me. But I don't know. But it's just like I don't get the strategy behind it. It just fucking I don't know. It just blows my mind. Like it just like I say. Obviously the Bucks lost anyways, but you put your team in the position to win. Where if you get the ball back and
Right.
you happen to score a touchdown, all that work didn't go for nothing. Now you have to fucking score 2 point. But whatever, that's just me. But same thing with the Lions. I think.
Have you ever seen a game where the analytics actually say punted or kick the PAT?
No, you're right. Yeah.
Like every time I watch a game and it's fourth down or it's like
You're right. I haven't.
for it. Or the analytics say to go for the two. I'm like, why? What the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Every single time.
You're right. It never seemed like, hey, this is a good time to just take the fucking 1 point. Like, like I don't know, man. It kind of blows my mind. I think people just read into it too much, but that's what it is. It is what it is. But now that we covered the two games, now we got our Super Bowl matchup now, right? San Francisco and KC. I don't know who's home, but they're playing Las Vegas. Should be a pretty entertaining game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough one to I don't know, in my opinion, it's gonna be tough to call. Honest, you guys have different perspective. I think for my me talking and talking to my peers or I think I get this vibe where people want to pick 49ers to win, but they're scared of to bet against Mahomes. I don't know if that's your vibe or your take on it, but that's what I'm getting over here on my end. I don't know what Luis. Do you want to kick it off or that? I don't know who wants to jump in right now and
Go
go to
ahead,
that
Dan.
and see. Tell me who do you got and why?
Well, I'm not scared to pick against anybody. I don't give a fuck. I'll bet against Mahomes. I'll bet against LeBron. I'll bet against all the goats. But I just think that for the most part, the better teams usually end up winning. And San Francisco has been the better team throughout the season than the Chiefs. They've been the most consistent. Like I said, Chiefs defense has been solid the whole year, but I think 49ers players have been more productive than the Chiefs. So I just got to pick. I'm the fucking stats guy, right? The stats say that San Francisco has a better team. They've been, they perform better throughout the season. So they're probably the ones that are going to win. They seem to be the better.
Well, probably doesn't sound so confident. Luis, let Adan dwell on
So
it before.
I love this, and I hope Adan you stick because I know that the season's over, but I think you're only a percentage ahead of me overall. So I don't know if this will tie us or if I'll go ahead decimal points ahead of you. I can't do the math. It's too late right now. But
You
I'll
can't
tell you this
you can't catch me in wins, but you might catch me in percentage.
percentage. Okay.
Oh,
So I was saying it a little bit different. If you look back at all the picks I've made, I've picked against Kansas City every round. Uh, Leading up to the to the Super Bowl. Um, Now I I know that San Francisco on paper and on the field too, they have such a strong team, like you were saying, Adan. They've looked like shit. Like yeah, they've pulled two miraculous comeback wins back to back against teams they should have beaten in the first place. So I'm not I'm still a hater of their quarterback. He has a very strong supporting cast. They're not a bum team, but they haven't looked great. Like they've looked great in terms of coming back and getting the win. I guess that's all that matters at the end of the day. But against two teams I feel like they should have overpowered in the first place. And on the opposite end, Kansas City, I've been picking against them because I feel like teams have, they've been so up and down in the season, but now when it matters most, they've beaten pretty handedly two pretty tough teams, I feel like. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kansas City on this one, um, based on how they're playing right now in the playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl, not overall season. So KC, man, I think win the Super Bowl. So
well,
yeah,
it's still tough for me. I it just I see what I'm saying about them being the better team, but man, the fact that they fell behind to the Packers and the Lions, like I'm not talking about like a score to like they look like a lot of people counted them out against the Lions,
should
like
have been
fuck
out.
they're done, they just look bad. The Packers might have been a little bit closer than I remember, but at the same time they're like you're still surprised and shocked, like I if that same thing happens, KC, I don't see them digging themselves back out of that hole. Um, but at the same time, they did make those adjustments. They did make it. They came through and they outperformed the other teams. So
Mm.
um it's gonna be a tough one. Like it's just like I said, maybe I'm one of those people that want to pick 49ers and just kind of scared to pick because Mahomes against Mahomes. But, nothing against the guy. I like Mahomes. Um, just his fucking wife and his brother I can't fucking stand. um.
What is his brother? Is he just? I don't
A
know
piece of
anything about.
shit. Just a fucking influencer. Yeah.
Oh,
He's just
influencer,
riding
yeah.
his coattail.
But
Yeah.
he's not like anything, right? Like
He
he's
went to college with him and yeah, that thing.
okay.
Just fucking riding his coattail and just fucking
He looks
doing
annoying. Like
TikTok.
he looks super annoying.
TikTok dances and shit like that. He wants to be relevant because whatever.
Follow him. Like, why do you know?
Because
I
it comes out in news. He
I
got
don't
in news
know
for
what his
he got.
brother looks like.
I think he got in news. He was in news because I think he sexually assaulted like a restaurant manager or some shit
Oh
like that.
shit.
Yeah. Because he thinks he's gonna get away with it. He's a piece of shit. Blah blah blah. But I don't know. Back to the game, it's just tough. Again, I hate to say it, but I am at something about it. I'll give a pick now, but I might have to change it before the week. I just have to dwell on it a little bit more. But um um I think the 49ers, I think the coaching is a toss up. I think it's 50-50. It could go either way. Um Obviously the quarterback, Mahomes, running back, McCaffrey, bar none.
Mhm.
Tight end, to me, same thing, toss up. I mean, I get Kelsey could put up with better numbers. He probably will. But Kittle does better things. He'll do that catching and more like a blocking tight end and doing a little dirty work. Um, the offensive side in general, maybe 49ers, defensive side.
Well, keep going. Right about wide receiver, Debo.
Right, the wide
You got
receivers.
Devo, if as long as he stays healthy, because I know he has a bang on the shoulder. He didn't do shit last week, right? Devo didn't do much.
And McCaffrey's like he's the receiver for them too. So he just look. I mean, yeah, Mahomes over Purdy, uh, McCaffrey
Um,
over Pacheco.
Yeah, Debo, as long as his shoulder's healthy, but Debo, a Ayuk, um, I'll take him over Rice. That's what they have, right? And Who else? As far as the defensive side, I think that's a toss up as well right now. I think right now I'm gonna give the 49ers a slight edge. I'm thinking like 31-21 score. That's where I'm going right now. So that's my take right now. And if you want to jump on the parlay right now, and I said it might change right now. I said do your homework before you fucking do, because I got burned. I think I did some sweet parlays before, right? The last past few weeks, and I got burnt.
That's the same I had. 31, 21.
49ers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too.
That's the one that just popped in my head right now. I didn't really think about it, but maybe I change it to a better score. If you got that one, then it can't be right. But yeah, I say right now the Niners money line minus 120. I take the over at 47.5. Yeah, right, because it's 21-41. That's over 40. So that gives you a nice little play plus 214. Now you want to get cute, because I get a little cute and throw in a Super Bowl MVP. Oh, you can't parlay that one, but McCaffrey at plus 475 is pretty good. Again, that's if you're 49ers, right? If your 49ers win, then it's gonna be a 49ers winner. But Purdy's okay at plus 20-25, but you got McCaffrey at plus 475. That if he doesn't win the league MVP, which we'll find out right later this week, he'll probably win the. And I still don't get it. I don't get the whole why Lamar is so favorite. I see these numbers. Why is he so like a heavy favorite? Let's move on. Why is Lamar so?
Because
what am I missing?
Because of what they did to close out the season. So they killed the 49ers, right? When they came to San Francisco and they beat them.
Yeah, but they weren't playing. Lamar wasn't going against McCaffrey. McCaffrey was.
It was just for the team, right? It's just the team. So the Ravens killed the 49ers. I think they destroyed the Bills. Like they just at the end of the season they were just beating teams like easily. And the good teams.
But yeah, I gotta look at the score. What was the score? I'll find that right now. Give me 1 second. But wasn't it like their defense doing some of the heavy? Maybe not. Let me just before I start talking out of my ass, let me beat it up right now. So against Dolphins,
they won.
They put up huge 56 number. That's huge.
They beat the Bengals, beat the Chargers, beat the Rams, killed the Jaguars, killed the 49ers, killed the Dolphins.
They finished with the best record, right, in the NFL. So.
No, did they or was it 49ers?
Well, they finished.
No, the Ravens were the only team that were 13-4. There were
13-4. The 49ers finished 12-5.
Well, I just I don't think it's so far fetched. That's my idea. I'm not saying I won't be upset.
It's close.
But they make it seem like it's like a heavy favorite. Like, dude,
yeah.
I just know that McCaffrey missed a couple games, and the 49ers looked like complete poo without him. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, especially on the offensive side, they were just lost. McCaffrey comes back. He's a touchdown score machine. I don't know. We're gonna find out later this week. I'm just gonna let me see here.
Maybe even missing those 2 games counts against him, right? Lamar played every game.
But it kind of shows his value, doesn't it? Most valuable player. They show, hey, without us, we're complete garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And they had that 3-game losing streak where McCaffrey was out and I think Debo was out, and they're like, wait a minute, maybe Purdy's not as good as we think.
All right.
And he doesn't have the weapons. They're losing, and then they came back strong, but.
2023, yes, 14 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Career stats for 2023. Let's look at.
We talked about this before, and the media drives the narrative. And if you listen to the media and a bunch of the people in the media are the ones that are voting, they go with the story a lot of times more than stats or anything. Luis, you mentioned it before, right? So right now the narrative, if you hear it at the shows, Sal, is that Lamar's gonna
Get the MVP.
deserve to win. So if that's the narrative, that's what's gonna happen. Like it's happened in the NBA every single season. Like they just pick
No.
Jokic or Embiid or whatever, and they write the narrative, and that's what ends up.
I think I have faith in the voters right now. We'll find out if I get paid or I lose that one.
How do I get paid?
Yeah, I'm just coming over through the stats. It's just
But
nothing here impresses me.
you got Niners,
No, it's
you got Niners, and you got Chiefs for now, right?
For now.
for the time being. They said we got Friday, Saturday, got another week from now. People get hurt in practice, so do your homework. Do your fucking homework, man. But I think that's enough NFL talk right now, man. And we got time right now. We can move on.
Well,
Okay, go ahead. No. Go ahead.
before we move from the Super Bowl, when everybody to listen up, this is your AP lesson for the week.
Whoa.
Rebranding it, you like it? Okay, so I'm
That's
gonna
what pilot episode are for.
I'm gonna call out some Super Bowl records. Getting a little noise here. This is just some Super Bowl passing records, and maybe if you guys think one of them could be broken in the Super Bowl, okay, just really quick. So most passing yards, you guys know there's Tom Brady. He took an L in that game. That was 505 yards, one game. Passing touchdowns, record is 6. Steve Young, longest touchdown pass, 85 yards. You guys remember Jake the Home against the Patriots? Pass attempts.
Was it Steve Smith or who was it?
No, it wasn't. It was
Mohammed? No.
it was Muhammad.
Mohammed? Okay.
Yeah. Pass attempts, 62, Tom Brady. Pass completions, 43, Tom Brady. Pass interceptions, 5, Rich Gannon. You guys remember they took that big loss, Raiders against
Tampa.
Bucks. Yeah. So out of any of those, you guys see any of those being
No.
Jeez. Hell no.
maybe the only one that I could think of is the longest touchdown pass, 85 yards. The other ones, I don't think there's a
No
chance
way.
any of the other
Most
ones.
of the defense are pretty sound to give up. I don't know if they give up big plays like that.
McCaffrey's a fucking beast, right? Like you could get him in the. I don't know. It
He's
probably
to
won't
beat him.
happen, but of these 6, that's the only one that potentially could be broken this week.
Yeah.
If we do a show next week, yeah, I'll come up with like the top 3 rushing records, receiving records, and then we see if we think any of them. I don't think receiving either. Jerry Rice got some fucking crazy receiving records in the Super Bowl.
He had Kelsey just broke him last week.
Well, not in the Super Bowl.
Oh, Super Bowl. So right.
I think he's got like over 200 yards in the Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, right. Anyway, that's it. AP lesson for the week.
All right. Good shit.
Honestly, I just don't see any of those stats being broken. I think they're both receiving defense are sound. Mahomes has the potential, but I don't think he has the firepower, like the weapons to pull it off. I don't think Kelsey's enough. If he had like a Tyreek Hill still on the team, I could give you that. But just Rice and Kelsey, yeah, I don't think that's
No,
enough.
I don't think so.
I agree.
But that's it. I mean, that's I keep on forgetting it's not this Sunday, it's the following Sunday, so we got time to touch up our picks. So scratch my little parlay right now. Land me a time, I don't want fucking already run around in practice and pull a hammy. No.
You never know, right?
I mean, the only thing we got time for another topic, or what do you think?
How are we doing on time with that?
I think we got another 20 minutes before the hour. So.
Okay.
All right, real quick. Let's see. I mean, I don't know what else, unless you guys want to chime in. The walk on topics. The only thing last couple of days I've been out of it since I'm feeling a little bit on the weather right now. But the only thing I have seen a couple times here and there, LeBron, that the LeBron time, is it time for him to move on? Is it leaving the Lakers? Um, all this jazz. So I mean, and there's some people have came up with some little trade scenarios about where he could go next and blah blah blah. But I guess my question is, um, and I know people are gonna be like, especially the LeBron haters, right? Like, that guy can't leave. Like, he's gonna lead to another team. Blah 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 blah. But at the same time, how many good years do you realistically have with him, right? So let's just say he's year 21. So let's just say he has, let's throw 3, maybe 4. So realistically, up to 25 years, right? That's a quarter century of basketball. Do you really expect any player to be on one fucking team? Or is it okay if LeBron says, like, you know what? I did a fucking quarter century of fucking professional basketball. It's okay that, hey, you know what? This team failed. The league's getting better. You're fucking putting fucking Ryu, Shushkachu, whatever, and company, and D'Angelo Russell, like, is it time for him to leave? And if so, should he get any shit for it or what? What do you think? Luis, you want to say something or what? Like, put your bias aside already. Stop being a prick about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so you know, oh man, I'm gonna kind of take the Sal stance on this. I really don't care what LeBron does, like
You
I
care.
well, I guess yeah, I should put it this way. When I see LeBron, I don't think loyalty at all. Zero loyalty to anything to it but himself. So him going to another team just fits his narrative. I wouldn't even blink at it.
Him go back to
Um,
Cleveland is not loyalty and winning the title for
he's
Cleveland.
not going back to Cleveland.
No, no,
No,
but he did
no,
it already. He went back there, won a title. And
yeah, but he went under certain conditions. It's not like he went to
They
Cleveland and helped
were they
rebuild
were
that
fucking bottom of
franchise.
the. They were in the bottom. He's not like he went to a contender.
He went and took Kyrie Irving
He was there
over
already.
there with team up with Kyrie and what's his the
I
guy
mean,
that was decent before he got hurt, Kevin Love. Yeah, so so loyalty. I mean, that's not LeBron. He has zero of that.
Zero.
So I could see him. I'm going the opposite way. I could see him going to two, three different teams, passing it because then his kid, who knows who gets drafted, then he's gonna go play with him. That's already one.
That's a nice
And with the
story.
Lakers,
But
I
the
could
old
see
Bulls-
him
soul,
leaving
the old
to
soul.
another team. So now,
the
should he
Bulls,
get
dude.
shit for it? Hell yeah, man, because this is who LeBron is. He he doesn't he doesn't KD gets shit for not being a bus driver. LeBron is the biggest fucking, like, he jumps ship more than any other player, major star that I've seen. But KD, for whatever reason, is the poster boy for not being
You make
a
it seem
bus
like quick,
driver of
right?
his team.
21 years, and this is 13.
Those
That's
are
not bad.
different
How
things.
many years did Jordan play, and how many teams did he play with?
They would too.
And
15
how
and
many years?
15
Less than that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
how
but
many
one
years?
was out of retirement. And it was because he was the GM. And I get it. I'm just saying, but LeBron, it's not because he just went because he wanted to go to another franchise. He got out of Cleveland. He got drafted by Cleveland. He coordinated to set up shop in Miami. Then once he got tired of that, and then Cleveland had Kyrie. He jumped back ship there, and then he's like, all right, now I won a championship. I'm fucking out of here. I'm not gonna play. Now I'm with the Lakers. So I don't know where he would go that would be um, a little bit more like of a better situation than not in terms of team, but like in terms of franchise, where he would go. So I think he would then just, if he did jump ship again, it would be just because situational. So anyway, I'll let it down go, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's
Yeah,
who
let that
that's
go. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
yeah.
he's the
Adan,
definition
Adan, Adan,
of no
Adan,
loyalty.
Adan. Go
So,
ahead. I'm bored. Brr, 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 brr.
I don't have that sound here. Man, there's a lot to unpack in there. So, 25 years is a long time. I think the Lakers are not going to trade him, just first of all. So I don't even know why that's even a thing. He's bringing them too much money. The only reason I see LeBron leaving, and he is gonna leave, is he's gonna go play with his son. So to me, that's still loyalty because he's already said that that's what he's gonna do. So if a team wants him, he's not done with his contract. A team drafts his kid, he's gonna go sign with them. The difference between LeBron and KD, LeBron has never asked to be traded. LeBron has gone to every team that he's gone to, he's gone, his contract is over, and he has been the bus driver in every
Yes,
fucking.
good point. That's pretty loyal.
In Miami, he was the bus driver.
Yeah, he was. Did anybody
Interesting.
else win back-to-back MVPs in Miami when he was
Are you
there?
kidding me? Man, Luis, you're losing
I
credibility,
don't know.
man.
Dwayne Wade was pretty pivot, but that's okay. I
What?
will. Yeah. I
Wait,
guess it
wait.
was.
You consider
I
Dwayne?
guess we'll. Man, it's been a long time, but yeah, during that time, all we talked about was whose team
Hey,
was it.
that's
It
why they don't
wasn't
call
a
him
done
casually
deal, but
hardcore for a
I guess
reason,
with
man.
time passed, now it's like
Casually
definitive.
hardcore.
But
That's why they call him casually hardcore for
I'm
a reason.
just
That's part
remember.
of the reason.
I might be remembering differently, but
Now you
Hey,
okay.
do. And then
it goes from where he was the man in Thunder to a stacked team that
Mhm.
first effect, he's not the bus driver.
Right.
Curry was, had already won MVP, unanimous MVP, the only fucking player ever. And then the only reason he went to the Nets is because Kyrie Irving told him to go to the Nets. So again, he's following. He's always been a follower. And then he's unhappy with them, and then he asks for a trade, and again he gets paired up
Phoenix.
with all stars and goes to a team with Booker, and I know they traded CP3, but that team had already gone to the finals too. So
Mhm.
the difference is it's KD's always following, and he's always trying to put himself in a situation where LeBron is, but he's never asked for a trade, and he's never gone to a team that has already had all that success without him. He comes in and he fucking brings the success.
Mhm.
But he's not going anywhere. They're not gonna trade him. I wish they do. Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? But they're not. Although I'll disagree with you, Sal. I think they put a good team around him. That's the one thing that I agree with Luis. Every single time a LeBron James team struggle, they talk about his teammates. But when they first set up the team, we're like, oh man, they put a good team around LeBron. And then when they start struggling, we're
who
like,
says that though?
I think they did a good job. I mean, they went to the Western Conference Finals. They brought in most of the team,
He
but
did overachieve with that team. Come on, man. You talking about D'Angelo and
over right now. I mean, I don't think he's got a bad team.
Did you see what they did today, Sal? Without AD and LeBron,
they showed up.
they went to
They show up
Boston and they beat the Celtics. Eh,
It's-
That bum Russell was 2 rebounds away from a triple double. Again,
Okay, well let's see. Let's see
oh,
they keep it up. It's not for one game.
I
Hey,
get it, but I'm
well,
just saying, like, it's just,
yeah.
it's just typical. It's this is what he wants, and I don't know why you just went Adan and you just said it. I agree with everything you say about KD, but to me, he does nothing different than LeBron. But you did voice it correctly, like the way they do it. The KD is very like tantrum, trade me, and LeBron is a lot more tactical, right? Behind the scenes, and oh look, it's when I finish my contract, and then but he has a lot of conditions when he goes to a place. He wants a certain coach. He wants certain, not one superstar. He wants two superstars, not in better. And he wants them in their prime. So that's why LeBron is miserable in LA because he has only
What's
one superstar in their prime. So he
how many
wants
superstars
that
do they have
third
right now in
one.
this game?
He doesn't
Jesus
care
Christ.
what team he has around him. So until he gets that third superstar, and then all of a
How
sudden,
many superstars do they have around him right
all
now?
of a sudden, he'll
Jesus
be
Christ.
front and center. It's like, I'm here for my teammates, but he needs that third superstar.
Who was the
So
third?
How many
that's
superstars
all
do they have
he's
right now?
doing.
What are you talking about?
Third superstar in 2020.
Wait, what's that?
Who was the third superstar in 2020 when they
What
won?
what year was that in? When in the bubble?
Yeah.
The Mickey Mouse thing? It was AD, and then I think they had a vet in there, but he wasn't a superstar. who was it? Rondo was in there. He needs like a third guy that needs to like that'll. But it's usually a superstar. But was it Rondo? Was he the
Isn't
point
that
guard
any?
for
Aren't you describing every team in the NBA that's
every
won a
team?
championship?
Every team? No, he started that trend. Right now, yeah. Since LeBron started the trend, yeah, man.
Jordan didn't have a third
Everybody wants
superstar.
three. Was that
Jordan never had a third superstar.
not in their prime like LeBron did? No.
So Horace Grant was garbage. Dennis Rodman was garbage.
I mean, Horace Grant, the Bulls let him walk away. I don't know what Horace Grant really did once he left the Bulls. He tagged along with the late Orlando, and then I think he won a maybe he was part of the Lakers team. Like,
Oh, you are
nice
trash.
player. I love Horace Grant, but
I mean,
he's
he was
not
only
like he's not.
ACC Offensive Player of the Year. That guy could ball out.
Yeah,
That guy plays some
college
mean
is dope,
defense.
man. A lot of
You know,
guys get
you know.
accolades in college. I love Horace Grant. I don't want to badmouth him, but let's.
I mean, he took a third.
Horace Grant was a nice player.
Yeah, a real nice third player to have. Super,
As good as Bosh. Is Dennis Rodman not better than Chris
dude,
Bosh?
Horace
Yeah,
Grant was better than Chris Bosh.
Was that?
Horace Grant was better than fucking Chris Bosh. And if you, man, I want you to tell me right here it's recorded right now
Better than Chris
that
Bosh?
yeah, I want you to tell me right now that he isn't right now. It's recorded right now. I want you to tell me that he isn't.
Yeah, I guess it just depends. Like you're talking about defense and
I don't know, rebounding.
I don't know. I mean, I think Horace Grant is a better rebounder than the Chris Bosh, but I don't think it's like I don't think his stats were double than Chris Bosh in any category without
Man,
even looking at it.
any other day I would take Horace Grant.
Is Horace Grant a better scorer than Chris Bosh? The scoring doesn't matter then?
He took a back seat.
Or I'm just
Well,
saying,
listen, no,
like,
I
is
think
he a
I think
better
he is.
as
I
a
think he
third
is.
option
I think he
on a
is.
superstar team?
Yeah,
Horace Grant
especially
is a
back then
better.
back then in the 90s, early 90s, when everybody scored like 80, 90 points a game or whatever. Like as being a third option, he was because he balled
Yeah.
out. He was the ACC Offensive Player of the Year coming out
Yeah.
of it.
I don't want to badmouth. I like Horace Grant, but I don't think Chris Bosh is a bum either.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying they fuck. Yeah. Everybody. Well, my point is that you're talking about everybody. Oh, he's looking for a third. Most teams that won a championship had a third.
Yeah.
Quote unquote super, not super, but I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. My thing is always that I feel like LeBron
But he
started
didn't
that
though. He didn't. He
with
didn't.
the joining forces with guys
Again,
in
but
their
he
prime.
didn't.
Yeah,
He
he
didn't.
did. He
No, no.
did, Sal.
Dude, everybody that chased rings, the Houston did it. Carmelo and Gary Payton did it with the Lakers in our
Yeah,
lifetime.
but they didn't win a
Everybody
ring,
does
man.
it.
They
Huh?
didn't win a ring and they were at the
Okay,
tail
they
end of their
failed at it. So
careers.
they were bad at it. They were bad at it.
But they were at the tail end of their careers, what I'm saying. That's
Not,
the
not
big
at the time.
difference.
At the time, that was a big deal, right? Sports Illustrated cover, and the whole. They were.
Sure, but like,
Won took
their careers were,
the
was that?
Rockets won. The Rockets had won with Charles Barkley, Elijah, and
Drexler.
and you would have been like, oh, they started it because they won. So it's not the act of putting a super team together that bothers you. It's the fact that he
Yeah.
and paired up with these
So-
super teams they won. What about like
Yeah.
remember the Lakers when they started their run, they went and picked up Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice was an all-star. He was putting up,
Yeah.
50, 60 points. And the Lakers picked him up as their third option. It was Shaq, Kobe, Glenn Rice, Horace Grant. I mean, we didn't know Derek Fisher or whatever. Apparently he was
Yeah.
decent. But that's how they won their first championship. They built a team full of really good players, all-stars.
Sure. Yeah, and I don't know how else to say it. Like I get so to me, somebody in their prime when they're before the age of 30 and they're balling out is a big difference than when you're an established veteran in your mid 30s and getting together. Like I get what you're saying. Glenn Rice, an all-star with bad knees, spot up shooter, three-pointer, cool. But it's very different than getting a Hall of Famer, 27-year-old Dwayne Wade or however old he is. But I don't know, like we're talking apples and oranges, and I'm not trying to paint one situation, but I'm just saying I'll take all day a younger superstar than a mid 30s. When Charles Barkley, look up Charles Barkley, why didn't it work in Houston? He'll tell you we were old. We're fucking old. Like that
Well, the
that
point
team
is,
was old.
it's not a new thing, though. It's not a new thing, though. It's been
So
happening.
I,
It's
I know that teams always through free agency and trades, the teams, the GMs have to build the best team. So there will be. I'm just saying that LeBron James did it together in young. That's it. He coordinated. He was the first one to coordinate it when they were young. It was after it was their first big contract. So that's all I'm saying, you know?
Remember the ages, but remember the Blazers, and we were all over it. Right,
How
right,
again, Adon, how old was Steve Smith and Scottie Pippen?
but
dude, they were one of the best
Rasheed
teams in the.
Wallace,
They were a veteran team.
they picked up Stoudemire. Stoudemire was still young.
Yeah.
Stoudemire was old when Portland had him with and at the last
But they
run.
weren't trying to build. They were trying to win a championship,
You're not
not
gonna tell
fucking
me
a
Sabonis was
dynasty.
old? Like
They weren't trying to win five, six
they had
years.
an awesome team.
And, I think Stoudemire was still in his 20s. I don't know why he felt
No, I don't.
out of favor with the Raptors, but he was still kind of
Yeah.
young.
So man, so we'll go anyway. I don't wanna. I'll look it up, but I'm telling you guys, I'm not making this up. I'm not. I know what you're saying, Sal.
So
Jordan had
how did you feel when the Bulls traded for Rodman?
I was ecstatic.
So
I
how's that
was
any different?
ecstatic. I was ecstatic, man.
How's that any
I just
different then?
that's what I'm saying. It's because LeBron did it when they were young, in their prime, not like trying to figure
Okay,
things
Jordan was
out.
in his prime, right?
Yeah, he was in his prime.
Okay, so why is it different that the Bulls went in and added a guy like Rodman?
Yeah, yeah. So Rodman's great, right? He's rebounder, blocker, right? No, and the reason the Bulls got him is because he had all these issues that San Antonio didn't want to deal with. But Rodman was also a proven. He had already won with Detroit, right? Didn't work out in San Antonio, and it was like the perfect storm having and the Bulls had the right coach and the right veteran team for him to take a role in that team. So he fit in a piece. He wasn't like, hey, we need three young superstars so that we could be competitive and guarantee that I win my first championship. So the situations are very different. This is the thing. LeBron James,
Why is it
he's such
different?
a punk ass.
Why is it
He had
different?
so much
Why is
pressure.
it
Was that
different? Why is it different?
so that's what I'm getting to. So LeBron James, he was terrified because he had this big monkey on his back. He hadn't won a championship yet. And
I
he
wasn't
needed
terrified.
that
Explain
first
to me.
championship. He wanted that first championship. He couldn't do it on his own. He went to the finals, but he can't he figured it out. He's a smart guy. I can't do it by myself with a bum team as good as I am.
So you're
I
gonna
need to
penalize him for
team
being
up.
smart. So he's smart, but
I need to team up.
you're mad at him for being smart.
No. I'm just saying this is what he did.
So if he stayed with the team, he's dumb.
No, no.
Oh,
I don't
which
think
one is
he's
it
dumb.
then?
I'm just saying what he did, nobody had done before.
No, but I'm
Where
just saying, like you said, he was smart for leaving the team. So if he stayed, he would have been dumb. Or
no, he gets kudos for being smart, but that doesn't translate into like being,
so it's damn if you
uh,
do, damn if you don't.
no, I don't think so. I
It
don't think
sounds like
so.
it.
I don't think so.
Cleveland and never won a championship. Like, what would you be saying?
Well, my thing is that was a big thing. I think that was part of the reason why he couldn't win a championship. He folded up in situations. He did it the first year that he felt even that pressure when he got it
I
with
need some examples.
Dwayne
Fold it
Wade
up
and
how?
Chris Bosh.
I mean, that's a kind of man. That's kind of he folded
That's
up
what
how?
did he win? Did the first year they got together? Did he
But
win
fold
the
it up how? It was
championship?
him. It was all on him. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
it was on LeBron. It was
on
on LeBron.
Cleveland.
If he would have come through and balled out like did, they would have beaten Dallas.
No,
I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
that. You're saying why didn't win in Cleveland?
yeah, that's what you're talking about Cleveland, is
I
it?
don't know. He made it through his first deal, didn't make it through the second one, so it's kind of hard to answer that, man. He jumped ship because he's smart and he's like, I'm not gonna do it here. I'm gonna go to this situation, gonna hook up with Pat Riley, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and then we're gonna run it that way. That's just what happened. And that's why I discredit him so much because he started that, but then KD's the one that gets shitted on, because he's not as tactful as LeBron. But they're both the same to me, KD and LeBron. They're both gifted, exceptional superstars that um continually take shortcuts, but then
And so,
get, you know,
so be clear.
and
He
KD's
was
crying
smart
like,
because he
why
left.
am I not in the GOAT situation? Why am I not being praised? You know, so
So just to
I
be
think it's a
clear,
little unfair.
he's smart because he went to Miami, and he would have stayed in Cleveland. He would have been dumb. That's
What about KD? Is
what you're
he
saying, right? Is
dumb
that what you're
because
saying
he
or no?
went to Golden State? Is
Yeah.
KD
No, no,
dumb
it's not
himself?
clear. Is that it's going to be clear? That was a smart choice, then, right? Because
I think it was, yeah, I
if he
think it
stayed,
was
it would have been
tactful.
dumb.
Yeah, I think it was tactful on his end, for sure. Kobe wouldn't have done that.
Smart. You said smart, right?
Kobe,
Yeah.
Kobe, Kobe wanted to be traded to the Bulls, and he didn't want to
But did it happen?
because they were gonna give up Luol Deng. He didn't want to come to the Bulls, and if they weren't ready to win, just like any other player. Well,
Correct.
what's your opinion about what the Lakers should do or what LeBron should do? I think you asked us, but you never answered the question.
Nah, no. It's a, I'm just a moderator. I'm just a moderator right now. Nah, it's said as far as the whole the loyalty, they say it's true. Like, hey, the guy signed a contract, and he ever asked, "Hey, get me out of here," or being upset. He honored his contract. I don't get where the whole no loyalty comes from, where he's honored every contract he signed. I mean, like he doesn't owe you anything past that. It's his business. At the end of the day, it's business. As far as what the Lakers should do, just tough it out. That that's it. It just
I know that's gonna annoy me because
no, it's just I just think that especially the Western Conference right now, it's just like uh every other team, and kudos to them and their GM departments and their scouting, they every a, a lot of them built a fucking solid young team, and that's hard to fucking to surpass, especially salary cap. If you draft one or two, especially if your two best play, your two solid players that you drafted are like your one and two, like you fucking, you got a ton of payroll to play with, that's salary, Lakers are not, they didn't draft those guys. You bought those two guys right now, and now that's taking up a chunk of your salary cap, and now you gotta get clever now. That's how it goes. Like you go easy way out and sign those two big 1-2 punch, but now you gotta get clever and how you're gonna build around them. And other teams, a lot of teams have Nuggets and OKC, Timberwolves and all that. Like they've drafted well, they got their 1-2 punches out of them, and they could afford to go get expensive role players, veterans, to come in there. So at this point, I don't know. I don't see anything. All I could see them do is just tough it out. That's
be in the
but
play again and see how far they could go. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, fucking
And fellas,
but even take them back to the Western Conference Finals. Let's see.
and Sal, you just said it. Like that's what drives me crazy about LeBron. He creates this thing where, he maxes out, the money. So then all they can do, whatever franchise it is put role players around him. And then if it, and
Please
then he gets upset with it. So I'm just like,
answer this honestly. Answer this
you just
honestly.
explained it. You just
No, no,
explained it.
answer
You're
this
like all
honestly.
these other teams drafted, and now they could go and
Right,
sign. Like
right.
that's what I'm saying. But that's what he does. He goes, and
But it's
if it doesn't work out,
it, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Let's just say hypothetically, he took this fucking huge pay cut because he wants to, and just to draw more free agency, more free agents. Then,
I
honestly,
just
you're gonna
think you
shit on
can't
him.
have it
No,
both
no,
ways.
you're gonna shit on him too, right?
No, I don't think he should take a pay cut.
No, I'm saying he shouldn't. But let's just say he did. Like, hey, you know what? This is too expensive. I need these guys. We got to compete against the Nuggets and the OKCs and the Timberwolves. Let's just say he took the pay cut, so he'll get some free agents. You're gonna shit on him anyways, right?
You're gonna say that he needed that other superstar.
He does that. At the end of the day, I don't care how he does it. He needs
Exactly.
it. LeBron needs he needs somebody.
Still shit
He
on
gets
him.
tired. He gets tired of his
Even if he takes the
superstar
pick,
buddies.
But that's what I'm saying. Like either he get max contract, or he takes less money to get more free agents. Damn if we do, and damn if we don't, right?
the
I just
problem.
don't want him. I just don't want him to win another championship ever.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
I
but you're
hope
not
him
answering
and
the
his
question,
son
bro.
play together, and I hope his son misses a game winner that costs him
But you're not
a
answering the question,
championship.
bro.
That's what I hope,
That's
and
enough.
I pray for it.
You don't even know Brownie. You don't even know Brownie, and you're hating on Brownie.
Okay, I hope he fucking chokes and his dad loses his last shot at winning a championship. They don't, and they're in the ninth place in the Western Conference, man. I cannot stand the fucking Lakers. I could care less what a ninth place team is doing,
For a big
underachieving.
for a big Jordan fan, were you at the Game of Honor game? Because I remember I was at the Game of Honor the Ring of Honor game. Were you?
Wasn't there. Jordan
Oh,
wasn't gonna be there, so
oh.
he let me know and I skipped it.
You know why LeBron teams couldn't build through the draft, Luis? Because he's so fucking good.
Oh my god.
Were they not the number one seed with fucking bums going to the finals with bums? How are you gonna be getting good lottery picks, the good draft picks, if you're fucking the number one, number two seed every single time just because you have one fucking player? So
No,
how
I agree with you. I agree with you. Cleveland,
build the draft? He's
yeah, no, Cleveland wasn't his fault. He got drafted to Cleveland. You know what I mean? And they built a shitty team around him. You know,
Right.
that's not his fault. I get it. But I'm just saying that what he did was unprecedented. That's all. And we don't see eye to eye on that. That's all. And you guys are saying it's like he had no choice. Poor LeBron. How else is he gonna win a championship? So I get it. But I'm just like, okay, but then that's the way he did it. You know, that's I think what annoys a lot of people that don't want to give him his flowers, you know, because
Yeah,
it is a shortcut.
yeah, choices, and let's just say, agree with you that what he did was unprecedented because he took control for the players, right? Like they said, the other times the teams
Yeah.
were signing, the teams were doing the tradings, the teams were putting together what would be like superstar teams.
Yeah.
LeBron is the first one to go and do it on his own.
Mhm.
So
I,
what?
I
I don't know
just
why
looked up.
that takes away from anything that he's accomplished. I just don't get it. So what?
Yeah,
Why didn't build a team
as a hater.
that teams had put together many times before?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I understand what you're saying. Like teams are trying to do the same thing, build the best team. And LeBron is why does he get so much flack for looking out for himself and building the best situation for himself, period, right? And I don't know. It's just a bad, it comes off as it doesn't come as appealing as somebody that, you know, carries a
So
franchise on their back
I just looked up right now.
with their
That
teammates.
had a
That's
good
all.
point right now.
Carrying franchise on his back. That's what's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm absurd. This is absurd.
Uh,
Casually hardcore over here. No, I just a little side note. Huh?
I just wanted to mention we're almost at.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm about a good point. Like this guy, like they couldn't build in the draft around
Yeah.
LeBron because he did, elevate that. I hate to say garbage, because at the end of the day you're in the NBA, but let's be honest, you go to the roster with Cleveland, it was pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
elevated, and
Igalskis,
so
Larry
again, it
Hughes.
sucks because you're so good. You elevate this team to point deep in the finals, or to the finals, deep in the playoffs. You're in the So I looked up from the time that Jordan was um drafted in '84 and looked up where the Bulls picked after that. This is where we're at. So Jordan was picked third overall in '84, '85. The Bulls picked 11th, Keith Lee or whatever. In '86, they were bad enough where they picked in the first round ninth. In the '87th, they picked eighth and 10th in that round. I don't know. There had to be a trade. They got Olden Polynice and Horace Grant. In
Yeah.
'88, they picked 11th. In '89, they picked 6th. And then in '90, they had no first round pick.
Mhm.
In '91, that's when they started winning. 26, 92, 27, 93, 25th pick, 94, 21st, and so forth. You get the trend right now. So it took like
They
a
get
like good amount of time before
Yeah.
got it rid of the built, but
What
it's
loyalty looks like, fellas. So yeah, I get it. That's what it looks like. You gotta tough it out
that's
through
why I
good and
give it up
bad.
to Jerry Cross, my guy right there, my guy. Thank you for Jerry Cross for building this team.
loyalty if you're picking high draft picks.
Yeah, but we don't even know those draft picks could have been from prior years and trades and stuff like that. We don't even know. Not necessarily just because that year they were bad and they pick high the next
Yeah,
year.
you can. You can look at the fucking NBA record the prior year and see what the fuck happened.
Right, but I'm just saying not all the draft picks. Like you even said it 1 year there, like, there was trades and they're building up, they're building around Jordan through the draft, which is what all teams do, right? They build through the draft and through free agency. I'm just saying that
Agents.
I keep saying the same thing, LeBron James just said, shortcut, let's the three of us hook up, built-in situation. That's it. Sign a bunch of veterans, to the league minimum. You guys get a ring, we get our first ring. It's a win-win-win situation, and we're hanging out in Miami. So that's what he did. And I'm sorry, I don't think that's like that makes them like I don't know, and they still fucking lost the first year. So it's just I don't know what else
Even the way you're explaining it, like I don't even know why it's a negative thing.
how what?
I don't even know why it's a negative. We just explain it the way you just explained it. They're like, boom, let's build this team.
Yeah.
Prime.
But I'm just saying for the guy that's supposedly is supposed to be ahead of Jordan in the greatest player to ever play, it's just his blueprint, his narrative there's a lot of highs, but there's some pretty, you know, crappy lows in there too. He built that situation just like when we give a GM shit when they built a team and they don't win, I mean, he did the same thing, and he's done it several times. And he's won a couple times, but he's lost more than he's won too, you know. So I don't, but yet he's better than Michael Jordan. So that's why I'm saying it that way. I don't.
I'm just saying, I hope the Bulls pick up Bronny next.
Oh, don't even.
Brown comes in and finishes his last 3 seasons of his career with the Bulls. With Bronny.
That's just that's so mean, man. I don't even know why. Why we-
Get a number 6 James jersey right away.
Um, right now,
I never even thought of that.
before
I
we wrap
hope
up right
not.
now,
All right.
I was wrong about Horace's Grant. I screwed up. I forgot he wasn't the offensive player of the year. Let me go check the ACC. He was the player of the year in the ACC.
I like Horace Grant.
So they never drafted no bum. That guy was fucking good. So man, that's why people don't get
Got a better stream.
from with Horace and Pippen and Jordan. Like you don't understand. Well, those three alone, like there was nobody in that league.
Dude,
They
I
had
like
those
Horace Grant.
players. And thank you, Horace, Jerry Crawford, for hindsight drafting a guy like Horace Grant.
He's an
And then
awesome role player, bro.
and then
He's
once in
good.
a while,
I like them.
and then once in a while, and then it seems the foresight and getting some guy like Rodman, even though they didn't want him, and because hey, you know what? We're gonna
Is
take him. We're gonna absorb
before we
him.
sign off, is Horace in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think
Is
so.
Chris Bosh in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think so either.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
I
I
know
don't
this.
know. I guess that stuff doesn't matter, but the ACC Player of the Year does. I don't know.
Let me ask you this: who would you take? You've seen enough basketball. Who would you take right now on your team? Come on, man. I want you to say Chris Bosh on. It's recorded right now. It's fucking. I want you to say Chris Bosh over Horace Grant.
I don't know. I don't think it. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm a little biased because I like Horace, so I think that plays into it a lot. But I think it wouldn't be crazy to take Chris Bosh over him. I really don't. I'm biased though. I like Horace.
Yeah, I think
It's hard. It's hard. You're telling me to pick a role player over a Hall of Famer, and even then, I'm over here.
Bosh not a Hall of Famer.
I think he is, buddy.
You think he is a Hall of Famer already?
No, I think he's in it. He's in the NBA Hall of Fame.
that's the water down. Is it? I don't think he's not.
I know. See, that's what I'm talking about. But anyway,
Is he? Is he? I don't
yeah,
think.
He might be. I don't know.
he is. He is, fellas. That's why I was asking you guys. I'm not saying like I think. I'm just saying like factual stuff.
Like trick question. You wanted to get us.
No. He's in there. He's in there. Horace isn't. That's what I was saying.
That's what
And even then, I'm having a hard time who to pick. But yeah, I would have to lean towards Bosch.
World champion.
And I love Horace.
Yeah, 4 championships is a lot.
Before we sign off, I just
Especially when you know what they look at, right? All the points totals and when you get all those garbage fucking points in Toronto when he was playing them, that adds up and this is people look at totals. That's what they look at totals.
I know LeBron. That's what LeBron James is a. He's a definition of that,
It's a
man.
quality. It's a quality. Don't be a fucking asshole. But that's I'm just looking at what it's stats and now that man.
Horace
Of course, more games,
number, field goal percentage was better. Win shares were better.
more blocks. Horace Grant had more steals. Horace Grant had more assists. Horace Grant had more rebounds. Don't think he had more points than him.
The point
And
I know that in points is part of basketball. And
points
it's a big deal. I'm just
remember
yeah.
that. Remember that. Hey, remember that when again when Jordan when LeBron keeps adding to his point total. Remember that. Don't keep that same energy, okay? Don't forget that. Don't when he gets added and he still surpasses that. That is a big deal. Keep that same energy. This is our recorder right now.
40,000 pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right. So just really quick before we sign off, just want to get serious.
Yeah, let's get serious.
This is actually
Let's get
Oh
serious.
shit.
I heard something on TV. So
Oh
today,
no.
February 1st, like the start of Black History Month.
Uh-huh.
Bill Russell was the first African American coach in the NBA, and when he got the role or whatever, I think he was player coach, right? He said, not verbatim, but something like that. He hopes there will come a time when coaches will get hired and fired without their race being mentioned. And we got a long way to go. So I got it.
Man, it got serious fast.
And I missed that. I'm so sorry. So you said I got you, man. You
Hey,
said
come
that.
on, man, pay attention.
No, because when you were thinking about that, I thought you were gonna crack a joke or something. I don't know why. Because you were saying that he says that there comes a time where they're hired or fired regardless of their race.
Yeah, that their race doesn't get mentioned.
And then you said we've come a long way.
We lost them.
Good fucking riddance.
I said we got a long way to go. You heard me, right?
Yeah, I did.
But this thing, I feel like it's freezing.
That's all right. It's out of sight now, baby. I don't need this rubbish.
He's casual anyway.
Yeah, he's really hardcore casually. So that's it. Upon further review, the ruling on the field stands. We'll see you guys next episode. Oh, this guy's see you next episode. Take care. Toodaloo. Let's go.
Oh,
Damn. Wait, you signed off already?
I thought we did.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. My bad. My bad. My fucking iPad died.
What the fuck did you log into?
My phone.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah. Yeah, in there.
Cool that you had it planned out.
Man, that's funny. We went to like we had it planned out. We had like I thought we were like wrapped up and then brought up LeBron James, man, and it's like turns into a whole thing. You know, I had
You were just contradicting yourself. Yeah, I was
No.
I was trying to stop yourself, but
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys, man. I
paper shredder.
I got together with Lauro and he asked me if we're gonna ever have another LeBron James Jordan episode. I'm like every other episode is a LeBron James Jordan episode, man. You gotta
What
tune
does he
in.
want? What does he want to talk and touch?
Oh, everybody but you two was Team Jordan, man.
No,
You
but
know?
what does he want? Like, does he want like the same thing? Like, who's a better Jordan?
Yeah, just like the same thing. Yeah. Just
And I
like
think
regurgitate the same shit a lot. We're better than that.
oh,
it could be
We're
enough.
not. You know what? We're not gonna touch on that topic again until LeBron retires. So whatever you have to
Oof.
say, fucking
Oh,
keep it to yourself. Shove it up your ass. I don't care. You never catch the meeting, right?
Huh?
It's the meeting's alive.
yeah, no, we're still recording. I want to thank Coach Dave for the soundboard. Yep.
That
Yeah.
was soundboard.
Um, hopefully it worked. This is the first show we're trying it, and I've been hitting a lot of buttons as you guys are talking, and I don't think you guys can hear me.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
man.
I heard a couple. I didn't hear any.
But watch, we stop the recording and I play it tomorrow, and the whole thing's mute. Get this soundboard like completely muted us the whole episode. So,
You could hear something in the background, but I can't make out what it said. What he's doing now.
anyway, yeah, that's all I got.
And honestly, something when you speak, like it's not coming at my end. Like you have to like speak for a while before I could hear you.
Yeah, I noticed it seemed like it
I
was.
think we should just cut the meeting off right now already because we just.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Touch base. Upon further review, the ruling on the field stands. This is the greatest sports podcast, First and Goat.